What's going on, everybody? Deal or No Deal here, and today is Secondary Saturday, a series where I try to win a free-for-all with nothing but a secondary. And today's episode 3, and I decided to treat myself a little bit and use a machine pistol. If you guys haven't seen the previous episodes, you can either check the description for the links, or you can check the outro for the previous episode. And I do want to mention before I go into this that I still am very sick, so I apologize if I don't sound 100%. But anyways, this made things a lot easier, you know, because I've been using pistols so far, and a machine pistol is so much nicer, especially this one. Because this one plays a lot like a primary weapon. It feels very strong, and as you'll see, I can do a whole lot with it. I actually go on like a 17 or 18 kill streak with it. I almost thought that I was going to get a Moab, which would have been really great, you know, but unfortunately that's not the case. But I do pretty well overall, and you know, it was just really easy. You know, machine pistols are not hard weapons to use, and the fact that they're secondaries is a little bit scary, you know, when you look at something like this. I never think that a secondary should be that strong where you can win a free-for-all with it with ease, but oh well, you know, and they're not like the MP9 is not overpowered. It's just really good. And it was fun to play, you know, because I definitely couldn't go running around and just like destroy everyone. I kind of had to stay in one section of the map and control it. That's kind of the way I've learned how to play free-for-all, just because of like the random spawn system in this game, because you're never really safe. So I unintentionally decided to do it here just because there were enemies everywhere every time I tried to go somewhere else. So I figured, you know what, this is kind of a high traffic area, so let me just kind of like stay in that area for a bit. But then after a while you decide, you know what, if there's so many people there, you might die. So excuse me. But yeah, that's what you really want to do in free-for-all, just because the spawn system really screws you over. So try to control one section of the map, and I don't mean camp, but rather control a section. See, I moved over here, but now I'm moving back. I'm kind of controlling this this side. Not once throughout this entire game do I ever go to the other side of the map. I don't ever go, you know, like towards those garages or the other houses or anything. I'm always on this side. And that's kind of what you want to do, because if you're running around the full map, your chances of dying, you know, greatly increase. And you know, the chances that you're going to do really well in terms of like a KD spread or anything like that, not so much. This is definitely the best tactic. It's always worked for me. And, you know, Modern Warfare 3 is no different. In fact, it only helps you out more, as I said, because of the spawn system. So, I never even went into my class setup. My class setup is Scavenger, I believe Quick Draw, and Dead Silence. And then, of course, I'm using the Specialist with Sleight of Hand, Assassin, and Stalker. I decided to go with Stalker just because I really wanted to move around fast. You know, I'm not going to be at a speed disadvantage because I'm using a machine pistol. So I figured it'd be a good choice. And unfortunately, I got killed there. Not much I could have done, because I don't think if I had, you know, pulled a magic turn, I don't think I would have been able to kill him anyways. But, you know, a good kill streak nonetheless. And of course, he stays right there for me to pick it up again. And I do like the throwing knife on my class just for lulz. I didn't actually use it, I don't think. But basically, when I do a secondary Saturday, my class totally revolves around my secondary and nothing more. And you definitely want to use like some of the main staple perks. Quick Draw actually isn't necessary just because this thing aims down its sight pretty fast. But I'm pretty sure that's what I chose. So I didn't choose Hardline, which looking at it, maybe I should have. But, I mean, Sleight of Hand, Scavenger, Assassin, some of those things are necessary. Dead Silence is definitely an important perk for free-for-all, though. It's always a staple, I think, because when there's so many enemies running around, and very few people actually use sound to their advantage, that perk's gonna help you out so much. Because if you do it in like a TDM or Kill Confirmed or even Ground War, there's so much stuff going on, it's hard to hear, like, you know, where the enemies are as opposed to your teammates. But since everyone in free-for-all is an enemy, then it's a lot easier, because any sort of footsteps you hear, you know, like, that's not good. So you can address the situation properly and, totally take them out. Plus, when you get the Specialist Strike package, then you unlock Sit Rep, or Sit Rep Pro, I should really say. And that'll help you out because the enemy's footsteps are louder. So, I mean, you could go with either perk, but I find that Dead Silence is easier just because I think hearing footsteps for me isn't much of an issue, and I'd rather have mine completely silent. Whereas with Sit Rep Pro, I can still hear mine, and it's frustrating. And it all comes down to the headset, or maybe just plugging in headphones or anything. You really just need to do something to help you with sound, because if you play without sound, or you play without using, that feature that was put into the game, as I've always said, you're at a disadvantage. You really just need to, maybe take your iPod headphones or something and plug them into your TV. As long as you can kind of find a way to listen to the sound carefully, it'll help you out a lot. Because I remember for a while I wasn't playing, I wasn't having like a headset or anything. I just played like through my TV, laying on my bed or whatever. And then once I realized, wait a minute, you can actually hear footsteps, and I started listening for them. And that changed a lot. So then I started plugging my headphones into my TV, and that made a difference. But then, I got really serious about it, and I bought a headset. Which, not gonna lie, that's the best way to go about it. It's definitely gonna help you out. But for the most part, if you don't want to do that, just buy something simple, or just use headphones you already have, or just do something. Because there are certain situations where that's the only thing that's going to help you out. And I can't tell you how many times it saved me just by listening to some footsteps. But anyways, the commentary is really coming down, actually. As you saw, I kind of went on a small death streak. But in the end, my score ends up being pretty awesome. I end up being 30-5. As you can see, the MP9 is quite easy to use. Definitely easier than the 2 previous episodes. So, hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Please check out the previous episodes if you missed them. Leave your feedback below on weapons I should use in the future. And as always, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Peace. 2 videos you may have missed. The commentary on the left is Learning Tactics Episode 2, a series where we watch other people's gameplay and try to learn from it. This week was Tyzera's gameplay, a good friend of mine, and we learned how to play some Ground War TDM. The commentary on the right is Secondary Saturday Episode 2, where I win a free-for-all with nothing but a single Desert Eagle. So check that out if you missed it, and thank you for checking the outro out, guys. See you next commentary.